Hey, 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 everybody. What I want to talk about is I was asked a question that so many people have. I was like, okay, I gotta do a video about this. And it is, what is the struggle to let someone go? Why is there such a struggle to let someone go? Like, why is it so hard? Okay. And the answer to that question is, it's still hard when you're still in your process of evolution, okay, because of attachment. So whenever we attach our happiness or something better in our lives to someone else, it's going to be hard to let that person go. Okay, so if we think that somehow this is going to be, this person is going to bring us happiness, or they're our hope, or, we're looking forward to something with them, it's going to make it harder to let them go. Another thing that makes it hard to let people go is when we are attached to them from something within us that still needs healing. Okay, so what happens is when we are subconsciously seeking some type of healing, we are drawn or pulled to the place that is going to repeat that feeling for us. Okay, so we're going to be drawn to where that pattern is going to play out again. We're going to feel that feeling again, even though it's pain, even though it can be suffering, it's familiar. Okay, so we will be drawn to where we're going to replay that pattern out again. And it's really hard because we are subconsciously trying to resolve something that has nothing to do with the person. This is subconscious and we aren't consciously aware of it. But we're trying to resolve something that we're not consciously aware of, and we're just being pulled to where we're going to resolve that, or where we think we're going to resolve that, because you can never really resolve it in another person or outside of yourself. You'll just repeat the pattern. Okay, this is what karmic patterns are. Okay, this is why I do karmic healing. This is why I do soul healing sessions. Okay, because a lot of people, they don't understand how attachment weighs you down. I'm not religious, but there's this scripture in the Bible that says something about, like, it is harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Like him getting into the kingdom of heaven is like a camel going through the eye of a needle. And people think that that's just all about money, and it's not. That scripture is not just about money. Okay, it is about attachment. A person who is rich, now when we look at things on the spiritual plane, okay, on the etheric plane, when we're trying to just look at it from a physical perspective and we're not fully connected, we'll look at it like that's just a material thing, and we'll say, oh, that's just talking about money. No. If you look at it from the spiritual plane, what that's actually talking about is attachment. Okay, a person who is rich in attachments. The more attachments you have, the harder it's going to be for you to ascend, okay, into heaven, which heaven is not like some place in the sky. It is a state of existence. It's a state of being. This is the reason that the Bible also says the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Okay, because the ability to ascend into this state of consciousness and into this level of existence is always there. It's always at hand. Okay, it is about Christ consciousness. Okay, it's not about achieving some goal after death. Well, it is after death, but it's after the death of the ego and who you think you are and identity and all of that stuff. But see, this is what it's about, attachment. So what happens is when you get to a certain level in your evolution, you have let go of so many attachments. You can't be attached to anything, not even your twin flame. It's not going to be that level of attachment. It's something different. It's something different. Okay, so it's not going to be you have to be able to let go of attachments, but you can only do that the more wholeness that you're creating within yourself. So the funny thing about it is, once you get to a certain place and a certain level of wholeness, you actually can't be attached. And this is what people don't realize. So you have a lot of people in this twin flame community that do all this talk about being spiritual, but they're weighed down with so many attachments. And they think that there's something spiritual about that, but it's really not, because the more you evolve, even when it comes to unconditional love, because you hear a lot of people talk about that. Well, like they'll think the things that I'm saying, well, they don't understand. She doesn't understand unconditional love. It's like, no, you don't understand unconditional love, because you think unconditional love applies to a person. Once you get to a certain place within your evolution and your spiritual growth, which is what we're all supposed to be doing, you feel unconditional love. You can feel unconditional love with many people, okay? Because unconditional love is not about an identity, okay? It is about the essence. When you're connected to the essence of yourself and who you are, you can see yourself in everybody, okay? There's not one person walking the face of the planet that you couldn't connect with on an essence level. So even this whole concept of just this, where people are coming from with this whole thing about, being attached to the essence of someone. It's like, you're not there yet, because you're not able to experience that everywhere. See, as you evolve, your ability to love doesn't shrink. See, it doesn't shrink to this person. It doesn't shrink to this one thing. It's actually the opposite. It expands. So your ability to love grows, and it expands outward to more people, not shrinking down to the focus on this one. Because you're able to, from the essence and the connection of the essence of who you are, you can see and connect to that essence in everybody else. And not only everybody else, you can even connect to it in animals. Because there's an essence that is the source of us all that we can all connect to, and it's everywhere. Okay, so I just want to say that, so the thing we have to look at is, when we're still in that space, we want to be looking at the areas that we need to evolve, the areas that we need to become more whole, to the place that we have no attachments. Okay, so that is also something I help with in soul healing sessions, to help you look at what is the core issue, what is the core reason for your attachments, what is the karmic cycle, things like that. Okay, so that's that, guys. I hope you found some insight in it and you found it beneficial, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.